B. Jordan.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Steady B. You're here on another episode of Live Positive TV. Remember, go like, subscribe, share, comment, and let me know what you want to hear me talk about in these videos. In today's episode, I didn't write my notes down. I'm just going to talk about it, man. I want to talk about the brotherhood of living overseas and playing basketball overseas. When you first go and play basketball overseas for the first time, it's probably the first time you're leaving the country, especially for Americans. Americans, we never leave out of the country often, especially athletes, because we're too busy traveling around the country in America, going state to state to play. So one of the first things that happened when I went overseas was I went to Montenegro, and it was definitely an eye-opener for me. And I'm not going to lie. When I first went to Montenegro, I wanted to quit playing basketball. I hated it so much because I lived in a dorm room with random people. My team was terrible. Money was low. People barely spoke English. It was just an experience that I did not think that I was going to have my first year going to Europe and playing professional basketball. Also, Snapchat had just came out for like a few years, and people were posting on the stories that I saw my other friends, and they were all balling out, having fun in different countries. So I said to myself, man, I don't know if this overseas life for me. But then I also thought to myself, if this is the worst possible outcome or whatever to start, then I can only go up. And honestly, that's what happened. Is I went to Iceland, where I live now. But when I went to Iceland, I was around a bunch of vets. I was on the best team, but I focused too much on partying and having fun. And that's one reason why I got cut from my first team, and I wasn't as successful as I wanted to be. And it was a real eye opener. But to go and play in these other countries, for example, playing in Bulgaria and meeting my good friend Shakir Smith, that was a really nice thing, because Shakir really helped me through, everything, he helped me. He had that piece of home, and Shakir was one of those players that he's probably one of the best players I've ever played with, one of the best players I've ever seen. One of those guards that's has that chip on his shoulder, I'm an underdog, everybody's against me. And Shakir was really good at making me feel like I was good enough, he was always telling me yo, Seth, you could do this, you could do that. You just got to do it, bro. You just got to go out there and just play, man. Just have fun and just lock in and just focus, man. Because Shakir always had bigger dreams. Man, if I just get the right opportunity, I could be in the league. He was always I could be here, I could be there. And he was always watching Euro League, Champions League. He was always trying to figure out how to get better, always focusing on basketball. So he really helped me a lot. But another thing that really with the brotherhood was I met my other teammate in Macedonia, Dwayne Benjamin, and Dwayne had a very good career. He went to Oregon University, Pac-12, big university, playing in a tournament. He was elite athlete, scorer. He was really good. But I really opened my eyes to understand that although I went to a small school, that I could play with the big boys. I could play with these cobbler type of players, and it really opened my eyes. And Dwayne was not the big head. He could have easily been oh, I went to Oregon. I know this person that's in the NBA. I could do this, I could do that. He never thought like that. He never had the attitude that he thought he was better than everybody else. And he was also encouraging, and he was telling me how important I was to the team and stuff like that. But even, having your teammates, you also meet other Americans and other foreigners from teams that you play against. And, you lock in, you talk to them through social media and stuff like that. And, you start following each other's career. And that's just the brotherhood of playing overseas basketball that you form. You start seeing how people's journey is, and you see how similar our journeys are. you see how some people, like I said, can go from, from a big school to a low end bottom country. You can see people that went from a small school and go up playing in like high levels competition, making great money and stuff like that. But I know I just after all these years, also, what's interesting is you see like all these certain players that you played with, right? And they only play for like 1 or 2 years. And here I am playing 10 years. Like, that's crazy. That blows my mind that I've been playing professional basketball really for 10 years now. And I know I'm getting close to the end of my career. And this is one reason I'm starting this is I'm trying to find that pathway of what am I going to do when I finish playing, I feel my knees hurting, my back, and all that stuff. I feel all these different things. I know I'm getting older, and it's like, what am I gonna do? But like here in Iceland, you can play basketball till like you're 40, and make a decent living and all the different stuff. But I just, wanted to come in on this video and just talk about the brotherhood of playing professional basketball overseas. Not only with your teammates, but just like meeting certain people, you know. One like big thing here in Iceland is when the Americans and foreigners go out, we always see each other when we're downtown and we build like this relationship and we hang out. I was just with one of my good friends that plays for a team. He's like me. He found him a girl, got married, has children or a child, and he's out here living. It's just interesting to see how, certain players they find the love of their lives outside of America, and it's really interesting of why they do that. It's like we're like the early passport pros, as they say. But yeah, this is just another short, quick video of just saying, hey, shout out to all the boys out there that connect and bond and build a relationship playing basketball overseas. Because a lot of people think it's easy, but it's not easy. But I just want to say a shout out to all the ones that are doing their thing, holding each other accountable, and helping us, get through these bad days that we might have, and help celebrating the good days. You know what I mean? So it's your boy, Sadie B. As always, live life to the fullest with a smile on. Peace, love, and chingries. I'm out.